Oh, okay. It is time. It is time to change these tyres. I wanted to do it outside, but I've got next door's builders out front making noise with machinery and stuff, and I've got 22 people kicking a bag of wind out the back, and they are more sweary than a Tarantino movie, so I can't do that. So I'm gonna have a go in my little garage. So right, I'm gonna preface this with I have got no idea what I'm doing, really. So this might go wrong because getting these tyres off last time was tough. The GP5000s were very, very tough to do. I thought I'd broken my wheel last time. Hopefully these 32s will be a bit more malleable. And one thing I do know is that the sealant on this hasn't been added to or changed for months. So that's all going to need scraping out or something. I'm going to have to find some rags. I've got loads of dirty ones. Might have to buy some more. So yes, this is a long-term video, so I'm going to try changing them now, see what they look like. Hopefully I'll be able to ride tomorrow. I might also change my chain as well, and I'm going to look at doing my bars. Need to see if everything fits before I do. The bike is still dirty. I've been out riding this morning, getting my mileage in. I'm up to 320k this week, and it's Saturday early afternoon, so that's good. Definitely feel like I've ridden that much this week, but anyway, I'm digressing already before I even begin. So I'm going to set up the GoPro here on a time lapse. Well, good news, at least for the first one, it's getting the light. First valve out, and I've still got liquid sealant, so that's a bonus. But I think one of these wheels was tougher to blow up, and I think it was getting clogged, so we'll see. Find out any moment now. So you're gonna have to join me on the floor here. Yeah, knuckled myself on the spoke, obviously. I was like, I hate doing this. But it's cleaned up quite nicely. It's come off relatively easy, that one. I want to do the rear first because that's the essential one, excuse my English. The front is actually in really good condition still. There's loads of life left on that, so what I'm going to do is keep that as a spare. I can't remember if I've said already, I have not had a single issue with these tyres. Not one. No blowouts. Well, what issues would you have? They've been incredibly grippy, really compliant and fast. And that's what you want, isn't it? So hopefully these Panaracers, as I've said earlier, Panaracer, they are Agile ST or Agile EST TLRs. 32, and they are hookless ready because I have hookless wheels. They are still the wheels that came with the TCR as standard. I have not upgraded as yet. I don't see the need because these are very light, fast wheels. For the money, you can't do much better without spending a couple of grand, and I don't have a couple of grand to spend on wheels, so why should I? And the plan is, someone's done a win. The plan is to run these at about 62-ish PSI. Another minus 10 PSI from what I have been running on the 30s. More comfortable seating position, more comfortable ride, faster. You just flow over the shitty surfaces, don't you? So, right, let's try and fit one, shall we? This is going to be a laugh. Right, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Tanwall. That smell. Beautiful. So let's get them in a general shape. Wow. So, yeah, lovely. Oh. They look like tyres, don't they? Let's try and get them fitted. Okay, you might have seen on the on the time lapse that was a battle. First one's on. It's on the rim. I'll try and get it seated now and try and get some air in it. We have got loads of clearance here. Loads here. What we like down there. Can you see? Oh, got acres. Yes. Plenty there. Look at the sparkles. We are... Oh, that's... Oh. Away you go. Tanwall goodness. Right. Rinse and repeat. I'm going to take that back off, let the air out, put some... No, I'm going to do the front, do the same, and I'll do all of the sealant at the same time. That makes sense, doesn't it? I've done a thing! Okay, so second one's going on. You're going to watch me pump this up and listen out for it bed seating, because it's not, you see how the lines around there, but it's not that. I'm pointing, but you can't see me. Yeah, so that rim line is there, but not there, so it still needs to bed all the way around there. There's a tiny bit of air in it so far. We've got 20 psi. So join me while I get scared again. Yay, the lads have done a score. 62 precise. Let's undo that. Ah! Let's put that there next to the mess. So we're on. Yeah. We're on and filthy. That looks all seated well. Let's have a look at the other side. Yeah, right. Clear occasions. Let's have a look. Do this one-handed. We got space. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to take the air out, put sealant in, reinflate, then go and wash the bike. I have done a thing. So it's all mounted. We are all golden. Tanwall goodness, tanwall. And so there's plenty of clearance there. I have to say again a huge thanks to Alex Richardson, who has Paddox cycles down in Rugby. Absolute legend. He sent me these, full disclosure, for free, so I can give him a review. And yeah, obviously if you're in the area and you need anything, go to your local bike shop. He is one. He's not a part of a big chain, and he'll do you well. He's a great bloke and an all-round good mechanic. So, a very long leap in recording in this. It's time for a review, finally. We're in August, and I need to check when I fitted these tyres. So to remind you all, Alex Richardson at Paddox Cycles, who runs the shop there in Rugby, he very graciously sent me these Panaracer Agilest TLR 32s to give them a try, give them a review. So, I mean, I've done quite a lot of miles with these, and I've got to double check this when I get back. I've treated them to every condition I know of, so once I get back we'll have a little talk about them, but for now I'm just squeezing in a little ride in the hour I've got free. And yes, this is a review. It's a very personal review. I don't look at too much in the way of facts and figures. I go on what I ride, where I ride, the conditions I'm in. That's it, basically. A lot of it's based on objective analysis, but there are some details in there which will be interesting. Anyway, let's crack on. Okay, so I am home and yes, I've not showered yet, silly hair. So let's talk about these tyres, shall we? as you're aware, as I have mentioned, they are Panaracer, and you can see upside down, Agilest TLR in a 32 with tanwalls, because tanwalls. Oh, hello. Yes, sorry, excuse the interruption. Right, I have thrown a lot at these, literally everything. I have been in hot conditions, as you know, at the Nürburgring on perfect surfaces. I've been in cold conditions through the end of winter, start of spring, and I've been through a lot of, well, let's be honest, crappy conditions, wet, terrible road surfaces, the lot. Now, my personal observations are, they're still a quick tyre. Now, I've got some data to back this up, if quick is what you're after. I've just gone out and done my little personal TT course. It's 18.5 miles, something like that, I can't remember. I've just done it in 50 minutes. And I have been quickest on these tyres at the same wattage, with the same, I think, average heart rate, on the same course in the same conditions, about 20 seconds quicker. Now obviously this is a very small sample set, but I've done this TT course many times. I've just gone out and done it again. I think I came like second or third, but there's a bit of wind today for my personal times. But that isn't what it's all about for me. They've been very, very grippy tyres. I have thrown them at some ridiculous corners and say lumpy, bumpy road surfaces like Fred Whitten route, you know, all around the Lake District. Lots of pretty awful road surfaces down there where you're just rattling around like nothing else. And because I'm on a wider tyre, I run a lower pressure. I didn't actually use a Silca tyre pressure calculator. I run them at about 62 psi, somewhere thereabouts, you know, however accurate my pump is. The main thing for me is they've handled it perfectly. I have not had a single issue with these, and I've actually still got a bit of life left. I'm not sure what you can see there with a wear indicator. Yeah, they've done a decent amount of mileage and there's still some life left in them. Now, I've gone around corners in the wet. I'll try and get some footage. Some corners in the wet. Nürburgring handled it really well, despite them obviously being zero tread tyres. Oh, look, got a slit in there. Oh, advantage of tubeless. Yeah, they've handled everything, and I get a lean on. I'll try and get some clips in of the leans that I put in. It's hard to see sometimes, but I've literally thrown the kitchen sink at these tyres and tried to give them every chance to be disappointing, and they haven't been. The main thing is for me, if we all rode our bikes on beautiful tarmac, let's be honest, we'd all be running skinny tyres at ridiculously high pressures, but they're not. The majority of the surfaces in the UK are terrible. They're getting worse and worse. We know this. I've made a video about it. If you want to go back and look, the State of Our Roads video. Again today, I'll just put a clip up here where it changes from Cumbria to Lancashire and it goes on to chip seal, or chip and tar, whatever you want to call it, where you're basically getting your teeth rattled out all the way. And the lower pressure, I run at 62 psi on this, soaks it up so much better than A, the 30s at 72 psi, or B, the 28s that I had that run at 82 psi. It is remarkably different. It's not like, empirically it's like floating on a cloud. I mean, that's a comparison to make. It's obviously not as night and day as that, but the difference is pretty remarkable. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they've been great in that respect. They've lasted a lot longer than I thought they would be. Now obviously I can't remember which, is it rollingresistance.com, they say at 40 kph or 45 kph you lose a few watts, but again that's based on really good road surfaces and the higher speeds than a club rider like us are used to going at. So I mean, that's leaning towards the higher end of people. For a normal day-to-day, these work really well. I'm going to put the spec up of the width of the rims as well. These are the older 42 SLR ones that you get with the giant TCR. the 50s that you can get now are slightly wider, and makes 32s look less bulbous. They do look a little bulbous on there, but I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Everyone looks at my frame, not the tyres, and the tyres are there for my benefit and my comfort. Yeah. So yeah, highly recommended. Advantages of these, I guess they're pretty cheap. They've lasted a long time. I probably might go back to Conti GP 5000. What did I have on? TSLs last time? I can't honestly remember. Hello, doggy. I had, GP 5000 STRs is what I had. I'll probably get them again. I'll try and get them in a tanwall again, because I like a tanwall. They look nice, don't they? And they suit the bike better as far as I'm concerned. But obviously, they're a greater expense and they're harder to get hold of. So, yeah, I would recommend on our shonky roads 32mm tyres at lower pressures all day long. And if you are fortunate enough to have another wheel set, keep a permanently mounted set of 30s. To be honest, I'd probably run these tyres with 30s, and then these wheels with 30s, sorry, tyres, and then in a perfect world I'll have a set of 50s with the 32s on, maybe, or the other way around, not sure. But you know, I don't have that budget to hand. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you've got similar thoughts or you've gone completely the other way, let me know. Your comments are welcomed, and yeah, I'm gonna go and get a shower. I'll see you later, guys.